Hi guys, welcome to the video. I'm back again with some tactics, some new tactics. Not a new formation though. It's a 4-2-3-1, the second variation with the left and right mid. In this video we will go through some tactics, some instructions, attacking gameplay examples and defensive gameplay examples. So let's get straight into the tactics first. Defensive style balanced, width on 40, but this time I've gone for a bit of a lower depth with 45. I've done that because this formation is very good when it's compact and you can counterattack very good in it as well. Build-up players on balanced again and direct passing for the chance creation. I think that speaks for itself. I think in every formation that's objectively the best, unless you're maybe playing a narrow formation which you want to use a fast build-up. Then we got the width on 40 because the formation in and of itself is already very wide. So with 40, they'll be a bit more balanced and we don't really want them to touch the sideline. Place in the box on 4, a striker and 3 attacking midfielders, so left mid, right mid and number 10. Corners on 3 and free kicks on 2. That's of course irrelevant to the formation. It's just whatever you prefer. So now let's get into the instructions. So the goalkeeper and 2 center backs. As usual, it's on default, so you don't need to change anything. It's good as it is. Left and right back, both on stable while attacking. For this formation, it's just the best. I feel like you want to keep them back and don't try to complicate it too much. Then the interesting part arrives. It's the CDMs. So you got a bit more of a defensive CDM always and a bit more of an attacking one. In this situation, we've got Rolfo. It's the most defensive, center defensive mid. And then we got Bruno Fernandes next to her, which is the more creative, more attacking, the better on the ball, basically. So I want to put both on cover center, but the more attacking one, in this case Bruno, you put on balanced attack, and Rolfo, the more defensive one, you'll put on stay back while attacking, just to be a bit better in attack with Bruno, but also at the same time be aware of the counterattacks and yeah, being able to stop them. As the number 10, we've gone for De Bruyne, but you can of course also just put an attacker there. But I like it when players also got good defensive stats who help out on defense, so I've gone for De Bruyne. We haven't put anything on De Bruyne because we think balanced defensive is the right one. We don't need him to drop back that much more because I think with default he'll already help defending and yeah, no need to put an extra comeback on defense for that. And then the left mid will be Kylian Mbappe, who will be on getting behind. Of course, we know he's so fast. So he has to, of course, try to break down our opponent's defense, put a bit of pressure on them, keep making that runs in behind. On the right-hand side, we've got George Best. We've got also everything on default, but get into the box for crosses. Because we've got Davies on the left, and Davies got whip pass plus. So if he makes it run at the back post, we can cross it to him regardless of his height. So that's why we chose to do that. And then we've got Eusebio as a striker, stay central and target player. He has to be there in the middle for the other players to run around him, to support him. But he has to stay there in the middle because we need someone to score the goals there. Enough talking now, let's get into the gameplay examples. So, first example, we got about Rolfo. We played into Eusebio. You can see that KDB joined the attack. Even Bruno joined the attack. And then it's just a case of using them maybe as a decoy, see what your opponent gives you. He didn't really put pressure on the ball, as in the whole game, I would say. That means we could just take a shot with Eusebio and it flew in. Now, we are through with George Best on the right. We do a McGeady cancel back, pass it back. You can see the midfield waiting. We find Eusebio again with a driven pass. If you actually play back the clip, which we're going to do now, you can see that Bruno Fernandes is higher up the pitch than Rolfo. This is, of course, because of the stay back and the balanced instruction. And you can see how that works out in this example. Now we've got both KDB, is insane passing, of course, finds Mbappe who's on getting behind. Now we look for the pass inside. We find KDB again, immediately into Eusebio, who's there on the stay central. And that's what gives us the goal in the end, because Eusebio isn't going to miss from there. Again, on the left with Kylian Mbappe, we find Eusebio, his right back is gone. We find Mbappe again on an overlapping run. This time we just cut inside and finish it himself. You can see how dangerous we are on the counter-attack or whenever one of our opponents decides to pull out the defender, then you got to go quick. So you can go quick in this formation as well. It's not only that you got to play methodical with finding your DMs and then getting a R1X into the striker. No, you can play every way you want. And then the last attacking clip, we got the ball with Rolfo, pass it to Mbappe, who gets Davies on an overlapping run, passes it inside, one more to KDB, and finesse from there. Of course, this goal is more about the build-up because I don't think anyone can afford a player like KDB who can finesse it like that with a finesse plus, but you can see how we build up, attacking, overlapping run from Davies there, finding him, and then we've got a few players inside of the box we can find, and then instinct, you got to make the right choices and finish that off. Now some defensive examples. In this first clip, he's dribbling with Bergkamp. We keep it tight, we don't do anything special, we just keep the passing lanes closed. Most of defending is of course based to your formation, but also into just not pulling out players and be patient until your opponent makes a mistake on which you can capitalize, and that's what we did in this scenario. Here we are again from kickoff actually. He's got the ball. We decide just to run back KDB, run back Eusebio. You can see how we are in a very compact block, not much space inside, and he loses patience, and then when he makes a mistake, or maybe when he doesn't expect you to go at him, you go at him and tackle him from behind. Again, an example, he got the ball with Miahem on the right. We just don't panic, we stay our CDM, then we cut off the passing lane to the striker first. He decides to get into the space, or tries to, but again, we are there just because we are patient with the CDM, don't pull out players crazy, and we recover the ball. So he's got the ball again on the left. Then, now, sometimes, as I said, you got no other option. You can see he's got a run in between our two center backs. We decide to get the most wide center back to cover that space, to pull her inside. And that's why we close the gap and stop him from scoring. And then the last clip, he's got the ball again with Bergkamp. We just stay patient again. Don't pull anyone out of position, run some players back, CDMs. And then he decides to pass the ball into Henry, which we already anticipated a bit on. While Henry takes a touch, we can already be a bit more aggressive with Rolfo and get the ball back. So guys, this was the video explaining the 4-2-3-1, the second variation. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, subscribe on the channel, and I'll see you for the next time. Bye.